In this presentation, I'll be explaining field effect transistors. What are the types of field effect transistors? What are the different characteristics of field effect transistors? And how does that works? How the field effect transistor or junction field effect transistor works? That will be explained in this presentation. Coming to the review of junction field effect transistor. Now let us see the field effect transistors are classified into two. One we call it as junction field effect transistor, or normally we call it as JFET. Second type is that metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, or we call it as MOSFET. Therefore JFET as well as MOSFETs are the two classification of field effect transistors. And MOSFETs itself, there are two types that we'll be seeing in the next presentation, that is depletion type of MOSFET and enhancement type of MOSFETs. Anyway, coming to the general characteristics of field effect transistor, and if you compare with a bipolar junction transistor, in a bipolar junction transistor, it is a current control device, meaning that in bipolar junction transistor, you can control the resistance between collector and emitter by controlling the current, base current. That is, by the input base current, you can vary the resistance between collector and emitter. Therefore, it is a current control device. But FET is generally, it is a voltage control device, or that's also called electric field is being controlled, or it is a voltage control device. That is the one difference of BJT as well as FET. FET is a voltage control device, BJT is a current control device. The second, FET is a unipolar device. In that carriers, either electrons will be there if it is a N channel, or holes will be there in the case of a P channel. Therefore, it is a unipolar device because the current through it results from the flow of one type of charge, either electrons or holes. But in bipolar junction transistor, by name itself, it is a bipolar. It contains the carriers are both electrons and holes are there. That is the second difference. Say one is a bipolar device, other is a unipolar device. The third difference is that since FET is a voltage control device, or say electric field control one, the input impedance of FET is much higher than bipolar junction transistor. That's the important difference. Input impedance is much higher for a FET compared to bipolar junction transistor. This is a good advantage of JFET over BJT. And coming to that one, both are three terminal device. In a bipolar junction transistor, we call it as base terminal, collector terminal, and emitter terminal. And correspondingly in FET, it is gate terminal and source terminal and drain terminal. Therefore, in FET is also a three terminal device, and the symbol is, this is the bipolar junction transistor symbol, and this is a JFET symbol. It's a terminals are like source, gate, and drain. And in BJT, it is called the source. The counterpart is here emitter, then gate counterpart is base, and collector, that is drain is the counterpart in the case of collector C. Therefore, both are three terminal device. Coming to junction field effect transistor JFET, there are two types of based on the channel. We call it as channel. If it is a N type bar or a N channel JFET, and if it is a P type bar, it is called P channel JFET. In a N channel JFET, the two ends of that one end is connected through a metallic contact that we call it as source, and the second term, this is called the drain. And this, it is a in a JFET, P-type bar is diffused. P-type material is diffused in a N-type bar. Therefore, here both sides are P-type is diffused, so that two PN junctions are there here as well as and here, and these two are shorted together. That is, these terminals are shorted together. That is termed as internally that is shorted. That is called gate terminal. Therefore, this is a gate terminal. This is called the drain terminal, and this is called the source terminal. In a n channel JFET, the channel is a n material and the electrons is the charge carriers. But in p channel JFET, the difference is that it is a p type bar in which n type is diffused, or here the n type material that is connected together through a metallic contact, that is we call it as gate. Similarly, this is called the source and this is called the drive. So this is a n channel JFET and this is a p channel JFET. In n channel JFET consists of a n type bar containing two PN junctions at the sides. Therefore, p type material is diffused and the two PN junctions are formed here. And in p channel, it is just reverse. P type material in the n type is diffused. Therefore, these two PN junctions forming the diodes are connected. That is, the two diodes are connected. They are connected together, and that is internally that are connected. That is called the gate terminal. Therefore, other terminals are source, drain, taken out from the bar through a metallic contact. Therefore, this is the source and this is the drain and this is the gate. Therefore, here for in a n type bar we are diffusing the p type material. Therefore, this is a n channel JFET and this is a p channel JFET. Now, coming to the polarity wise here, we'll see the n channel JFET here. Normally, the p type here a drain is made positive with respect to the source, because the electrons are to be attracted towards the drain from the source. Therefore, we are applying a positive potential at the gate with respect to the source. Therefore, the electrons will be moving towards the channel. And gate always it is reverse bias. It's a p-type material. This junction is always reverse bias by applying a. Here, if it is a n channel JFET, here you are getting applying a negative voltage, because it's a p-type material and n-type bar is there. Therefore, you are applying a reverse biasing voltage of negative voltage. Gate to source voltage will become negative. Now, if it is p-type, again it is reverse bias, and it's a p-type material, n-type is diffuse, and here you are applying a reverse voltage of plus polarity here. This is the VGS, gate to source voltage, and this is the drain to source voltage. So these are the polarities of the voltage that is applying for a JFET. Therefore, it is a voltage control device in which you are controlling the voltage between the gate and source, and the channel resistance is being controlled. Unlike BJT, you are controlling the base current, but in this case, you are controlling the voltage between the gate and source. It's a voltage control device. Therefore, it's a n-channel JFET and this is a p-channel JFET. If you are considering the JFET as an analogy here, you can consider it as a water pipe in which the water is flowing. This flow of water can be considered the charge flow, and here from the source it is the drain. The water is flowing like this one, and the flow of water through this pipe can be controlled by this valve, or that valve can be controlled at the gate. By controlling the valve or this gate voltage with respect to the source, you can control the water. That is, by controlling the valve, you can control the water from the source into the drain. So this is just an analogy of a JFET. And coming to again JFET, as we have already seen, it is in a n-channel JFET, is a n-type bar is there, in which p-type material is diffused on both sides, and then there will be a depletion layer will be forming between p-type material and a n-type channel, and this is a metallic contact. This is a metallic ohmic contact. It's a metallic contact, and internally you are connecting all these two things are connected. P-type material through metallic contact is connected. That is taken outside. That is termed as a gate terminal. And here, as I already told, this is the source terminal, and it is represented capital S, and this is the drain terminal. These are the terminals, and this is a channel. It's a n-channel between the source and drain. Therefore, here there is a depletion region is produced between the p-type material and n-channel, and here also depletion region is produced between the p-type material and n-channel. So this is the diagram of a n-channel JFET. Now let us see the operation of junction field effect transistor when gate to source voltage VGS equal to 0. That is, here this is the gate terminal and this is the source terminal. Gate to source voltage equal to 0 means you are shorting the gate terminal with the source terminal. You are shorting this one like this one. So this is a terminal shorted, and here the voltage between drain and source is applied with a positive terminal is connected to the drain and negative terminal is connected to the source. Now Now let us first see that one. When VGS equal to 0, when you are applying a 0 voltage between gate to source voltage, what happens? And here, when the drain voltage is increasing, see, if the drain to source voltage is increasing, more voltage source, more voltage comes at the drain terminal with respect to the source, and then more electrons would be flowing in this direction. More electrons are attracted and that will flowing in the direction. That will be causing a current, drain current in this direction. There will be a drain current will be coming in this direction. Now, here, in order to analyze this one, it can be considered as this channel can be considered as a resistance, or this resistance like that. It is divided. For example, here it can be considered as a resistance. Or when a current flows to this one, there will be a drop here. For example, if you are applying a VDS as a 2 volt here at this terminal, because of the current flow here, it can be considered as a equal value of the resistance. At this point, you will be getting say 1.5 volt. At this point, you will be getting a 1 volt. At this point, you will be getting a 0.5 volt. Like that comes. Or because of the carrier movement through the channel, what happens is that this is getting more, this point is getting more reverse bias compared to this point. Because here the voltage is only equal to say 0.5 volt. But at this end, the voltage it is equal to 1.5 volt. Meaning that the upper portion of the channel is getting more, because that voltage is reverse biasing this junction. This is a P material, this is a N channel material. This is a reverse biasing that one because it's a positive voltage. Therefore, the reverse biasing voltage magnitude is more near to the drain side compared to the source side. Here the voltage is equal to 0.5 and here it is equal to 1.5. That is why the depression region width will be more near to the drain side. That is why depression region is coming like this one. Here it is, the width of the depression region is more at this side compared to the source side. That is because of the resistance value will be different here, and the drop because of the resistance drop is more here near to this end and than near to this end. Therefore, the depression region is wider near to the top of both P-type material, or upper region of P-type material is more reverse bias than the lower region due to the voltage level established in the channel as shown. Because due to the voltage level coming to the channel here it is getting more voltage, like here it is 1.5 volt, but in this case it is all 0.5. So this is getting more reverse bias. That is why the width of the depression region is more here compared to the lower part. That is when VGS equal to 0. That is, you are not gate to source voltage is equal to 0 and you are changing the VDS, and this is what is happening. Therefore, if you let us see how the variation of the VDS versus ID when VGS equal to 0. Now let us see the operation of junction filter effect transistor when VGS equals 0. So continuation of that one previous slide explanation. In that one, you are changing the VDS and you are watching what is the ID. And as I told you, the upper side is getting more reverse bias compared to the lower side of the source side. Now here, as VDS is increasing here, for a given when VGS equal to 0 here, you are increasing VDS and you are watching what is ID. What is the current through the drain current you are watching. And you can see that one, it is just like a resistor here. As VDS is increasing, ID is increasing linearly like this one. ID is increasing linearly. And as the drain current increases here, because of the drop, as I told you, the drop will be more near to the drain side compared to the source side. That is, this region is getting more reverse bias compared to this region. At a particular value of this VDS, you are applying here, the current will be in such a value that the reverse biasing will be forcing this channel to nearby touching each other, and further there won't be any increase in current. Therefore, after VDS reaches to that magnitude, that voltage called pinch off voltage, after reaching the magnitude only, once the drain to source voltage reaching to a pinch off voltage VP here, then after that one, this depression region will be touching each other and there won't be any further increase in ID, or this ID is reaching to a constant value corresponding to VGS equal to 0, and that ID we call it as IDSS. IDSS is the value of the saturating value of the drain current after VDS more than this VP, more than the pinch off voltage magnitude. Once VDS is increasing, ID will be constant. That value of the ID we call it as IDSS. Therefore, the more horizontal the curve, the higher the resistance, because here the resistance will be very large because the current is horizontal and that resistance is approaching to a infinite ohms and it is horizontal. So that is the current is reaching to a constant value. That current is called IDSS. Therefore, the value of the ID when VGS equals 0, we call it as IDSS, saturation value of IDS. Or VDS is increased to a level where it appears that the two depression region would touch as shown in the figure, because once it reaches, one VDS is reaching to magnitude of pinch off voltage, this is touching each other and further increasing ID will not be there, and that value of ID we call it as IDSS, corresponding to VGS equal to 0. Therefore, as the drain to source voltage is going more than magnitude of VDS is going more than the pinch off voltage VP here, after that one there won't be any increase in drain current, or that is reaching to a saturation value that we call it as IDSS. And at pinch off, that is, this is called pinching off action. At pinch off, ID maintains at saturation value, that is IDSS. And it don't misunderstand that ID does not go to 0. It will be reaching to a constant value, because once ID equals 0, there won't be any reverse biasing effect and there won't be any depression region. Therefore, in order to build up this depression region, there should be a drain current. There should be a drain current. Then only the depression region will be formed here because of the drop in the channel. Therefore, there should, once it is touching, meaning that the ID will be reaching to a saturation value IDSS. Therefore, in reality, a very small channel, channel is exists with a current of very high density, very high value of current density. Very small channel will be existing. Even though it is very small channel exists between this one, as VDS is going more than pinch off voltage. As VDS is increased beyond the pinch off voltage, the region of close encounter between the two depression region increases in the length along the channel, but the level of ID remains essentially the same. That is, the ID will be constant, that is due to IDSS. That is called that is what is happening after a pinching of action. This is called the pinch off action. That is, the channel width is touching each other, and so that ID is maintained to a constant value IDSS. Therefore, that is the way in which it is working when VGS equal to 0. Now let us the principle of working of JFET when VGS is applied. Previously we considered VGS equal to 0. Now we are going to apply a reverse voltage between, always this gate junction is always reverse bias. We are applying a reverse voltage. In a N-channel FET, you are applying a negative voltage at the gate terminal with respect to the source terminal. The gate is applied a negative voltage for a N-channel with respect to the source, and VGS is positive in the case of a reverse bias. In the case of, that is, in this case VGS is always negative and the PN junction is reverse bias and the depression layer is formed. But in a P channel FET, that is just reverse. So the current conduction by the charge carriers is through the channel between the two depression regions. Therefore, the carriers are moving towards from the source to time, and that is that resistance is being controlled by the channel width. The current conduction by the charge carriers is through the channel between the two depression regions, and the width and hence the resistance of the channel can be controlled by changing the input voltage VGS. By controlling the input voltage VGS, you can control the resistance of the channel. That's why it's called a voltage control device. Therefore, greater the reverse voltage, wider will be the depression region. Because of the reverse biasing of voltage of this one, the depression region will be more if you are applying more reverse biasing voltage. Therefore, greater the reverse voltage, wider will be the depression region, and narrower will be the conduction channel. The conduction channel will be getting narrowed as this voltage VGS increases. That gets, as channel becomes narrower, the channel resistance increases and the source to drain current reduces. As the channel width gets reduces, the source to drain current reduces. JFET operates on the principle that width and hence the resistance of the conducting channel can be varied by changing the reverse voltage VGS. By controlling the reverse magnitude of the reverse voltage between gate to source, you can control the channel width, or you can control the resistance of the channel. Thereby, you can control the drawing current. That is, it is a voltage control. That is why this magnitude, that's its voltage control device. Thus, the magnitude of the drawing current ID can be controlled by VGS. Basically that one. By controlling the gate to source voltage, you can control the drawing current. That is why it is a voltage control device. FET, JFET is a voltage control device. Continuing the working of a junction field effect transistor when VGS is applied. As we have already seen, when VGS equal to 0, the two PN junctions of the both side of the bar establish a depletion region. We have already seen. And electron flow from the source to a drain through the channel between the depletion region. Electron will be flowing from the source into the drain. Now, size of these layers determines the width of the channel, and hence the current conduction through the bar is controlled by like that one. When VGS is applied, when you are applying a gate to source voltage, the reverse biasing voltage is applied. Width of the depletion region or depletion layer increases due to the reverse biasing voltage. Because of the reverse biasing voltage between gate and source, because of that one, width of the channel gets width of the channel gets reduced, or depletion region width is increasing. Then this reduces the width of the channel, thereby increasing the resistance of the conducting bar, and hence the current from the source to drain decreases. Therefore, as this voltage increases, the width of the channel gets reduced because more reverse biasing voltage comes. Therefore, the depletion region width increases, or the channel width is reducing, or channel resistance increases, or the drain current gets reduced. Therefore, this that is hence the current from the source drain decreases, and the current from the source to a drain can be controlled by application of the potential, that is also called electric field, on the gate. That is why these devices are called field effect transistor. By controlling the electric field, or by electric field can be controlled by applying a voltage between gate to source. By controlling the electric field, you are controlling the resistance between source to drain, or you are controlling the channel resistance. That is why these are called field effect transistor. Electric field is being by controlling the electric field, you are controlling the channel resistance. Now let us see how the drain to source voltage and drain current is varying for different VGS. Just this is an output characteristic that's also called drain characteristics of JFET, in which we are plotting VDS versus ID for a different VGS. We have seen already when VGS equal to 0 here, as VDS is increasing, the drain current is increasing linearly, and after a certain voltage of VDS, the magnitude of that we call it as pinch off voltage, the drain current does not increase after that one, that will be constant, and that value of the drain current we call it as IDSS, corresponding to VGS equal to 0. Now next step is we are going to change the VGS, because gate to source voltage you are changing, you are setting to another value. For example, we are setting the VGS into some value minus 1 volt. You are reverse biasing with a minus 1 volt between gate and source. Again, you are repeating VDS versus ID. You are changing the VDS and you are changing what is ID. And if you plot the same thing here, output characteristic called drain characteristics here, as for second case, as VDS is increasing because of the reverse biasing effect of the gate to source voltage, that saturation effect will be taking place before this. If it is, for example, if it is taken at say some voltage, say 4 volt, that may be taking some another voltage with VGS equal to minus volt, that will be taking at a 3 volt. Therefore, that is taking before that one, before the first case when VGS equal to 0. Therefore, after that one, because of the reverse biasing effect of gate to source voltage. In addition to the current flow through the channel, because of that reverse biasing, there will be a reverse biasing because of the gate to source voltage. Due to that one, that is getting to saturation before this VP. It is getting when VGS equal to minus 1. Same time when VGS equal to say minus 2. Again, if you are increasing the gate source voltage, and again you are changing VDS and ID you are watching, you can see that one after a voltage is reaching to a certain value, say maybe it is equal to minus 2 volt, whatever it is, that 2 volt here, VDS is going more than 2 volts, current is getting saturated. Therefore, as VGS is increasing, it is reaching to the saturation value before the previous case. Therefore, this is the plot of drain to source voltage versus ID for different VGS. Therefore, this corresponding to this VGS equal to 0, that and the saturating voltage corresponding to that one, we call it as pinch off voltage. If voltage magnitude is more than pinch off voltage, that current will become getting saturated. So this is a different value of VGS. The plot is that is called drain characteristics. Therefore, with VGS equal to 0 volt, drain current increases rapidly with the drain voltage VDS, but then it becomes constant, and the minimum drain to source voltage above which the drain current becomes constant is known as pinch off voltage. That is called the magnitude of this one is the pinch off voltage, and magnitude of BP is same as this one, but sign will be different. For a N channel FET it will be minus, or for a P channel FET it will become plus. Therefore, this is the pinch off voltage magnitude, and this indicates the magnitude of the pinch off voltage. And initially the drain current increases rapidly with VGS, and it becomes constant above pinch off voltage. It is increasing linearly, and that will be constant above pinch off voltage. And after pinch off voltage, channel becomes so narrow that the depression layer becomes almost touching each other, and that increases, and drain current will become small after that. Therefore, this is the plot of the drain characteristics as VGS is changing for a N channel JFET. Therefore, this is the circuit diagram in which you are applying a variable voltage between the drain to source, and you are watching what is the drain current. And for different VGS you are plotting. For gate to source voltage, always it is a reverse bias. That is why N channel FET you are applying a negative voltage here. Therefore, this is called drain characteristics of junction field effect transistor. Now, just like bipolar junction transistor, junction field effect transistor can be used as an amplifier, and the JFET is represented by this is the symbol of this one. JFET of one is N channel, another one is the P channel, schematic symbol of JFET, and signal is applied. Normally the signal will be applied between gate to source. You'll be applying the amplifying signal is applied between the gates. Like a as you know that one, in the case of a common emitter bipolar junction transistor, we know that it is you are applying a signal to be amplified between base and emitter. Same that here the signal to be amplified, it's a voltage signal that is applied between gate and source, between the gate and source, and the amplified output is obtained between drain and source. Amplified output will be applying drain and source. Now, during the positive half cycle of the input signal, that is the input signal is applied here, and output signal is available in the case by JFET here, and this is the biasing voltage. This is just to bias the JFET, that is called biasing voltage, VGG, and here that is the VDD, that is the drain to source voltage, and this between the source gate and source, this is a biasing voltages. And during positive half cycle of the cycle of the input signal, the reverse biasing on the gate decreases, because already it's a negative reverse biasing due to the negative voltage. During the positive half cycle of that reverse biasing gets reduced, and will be decreasing, and this will be increasing the channel width, because the reverse biasing reduces mean channel width increases, and due to the increase in channel width, the resistance channel width increases the channel width, and hence increases the drain current. Drain current increases. That is what is happening when it during the positive half cycle. During the negative half cycle of the signal, because of the reverse biasing effect of this one with the here the channel reverse biasing effect is more, or the depression region is more, and channel width is less, or during the negative half cycle the output signal above the input signal, the reverse bias on the gates increases, and this decreases the channel width, and hence the drain current reduces. Therefore, the drain current reduces during the negative half cycle of the negative cycle of the voltage input. Therefore, a small change in the gate voltage produces a large change in the drain current. Here, therefore, the input signal is a voltage signal, either positive polarity and negative polarity. Here, the drain current will be, output is the drain current you will be getting. The drain current will be changing as the input voltage magnitude changes. Therefore, that is the way in which the JFET is working as an amplifier. Therefore, input signal is a voltage, and output signal what we are watching is the drain current.